Hello everyone, here's a discussion on metric conversions, okay? Metric conversions is going to use a process called dimensional analysis. It's also called the factor label method, okay? Dimensional analysis is a way that we use conversion factors, and by the way, it's the single way that we solve problems in chemistry, so we have to know how to do it. But basically a dimensional analysis is using conversion factors as a ratio to figure out answers on problem solving chemistry. So what we have here is we have a problem, okay? The problem is I have 0.001 liters and I have to convert that to milliliters, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take 0.001 liters and I'm going to put a dot. And the dot means that I'm going to multiply and then I'm going to put a line, and that's where I'm going to put my conversion factor ratio, okay? So I need to know the conversion factor. And the conversion factor here is liters to milliliters or milliliters to liters, okay? So based on the video I just showed you, you know that there is 10, 100, 1,000 milliliters, little milliliters in 1 liter, okay? Or I should say liter, okay? So if that's the case, the conversion factor is 1 liter has 1,000 milliliters in it. Now you're going to memorize that over time, okay? So you won't have to come back to this chart every time. But anyway, now how do you fit this up here, okay? Well, you have liters here. Now mathematically, we need liters to cancel. In order to do that, I'm going to put liters on the bottom so the top matches the bottom diagonally, okay? You'll notice that the 1 went next to the liter, so you're going to put the 1 there. Okay, and now there's only 1 blank left, so let's put our 1,000 milliliters. Okay, so typically, guys, not all the time, but typically, what you want to end up with, we want to end up with milliliters. That's going to be on top. Typically, it will be right there on top. Not always, though. Okay, so more on that as we do more of these problems. So notice your liters are canceled out. They don't exist anymore. We're ending up with milliliters right here. So all we need to do is either multiply 0.001 times 1,000 or divide by 1,000. And the answer is since 1,000's on top, okay, since it's 1,000 over 1, you can think of that as just being 1,000, okay? So we're going to multiply 0.001 times 1,000, or our answer is 1 milliliter, okay? Box that in. So that's dimensional analysis and the metric system. Let's try more, okay? Okay, let's try this next one. Actually, I might jump down here to the bottom, 1.39 meters to centimeters. Okay, I just moved it up top there so we could see it a little bit easier. So 1.39 meters, dot line, okay? If you remember what we need to do, we need to put the meters so it matches on the bottom. Centimeters is going to go on top. Why? Because that's the thing we're looking for. It typically, although not always, goes on top. And now we need to know our conversion factor. How many, first of all, decide what's bigger. 1 meter is bigger than a centimeter, okay? So what I typically tell my kids is put the 1 next to the bigger of the 2, and since 1 meter contains a bunch of little centimeters, we'll put the 1 next to the bigger of the prefixes. Again, you put the 1 next to the bigger of the 2 prefixes. In this case, meter doesn't have a prefix, so that's going to be our base of 1. So how many centimeters? 10, 100. Cancel, cancel. Meters doesn't exist anymore. Centimeters is what we're looking for. That's right here, so that's good. That answers our question. And again, we multiply because 100 is on top and 1's on the bottom. So it's 139 centimeters. Okay, that's our final answer. Okay, let's go a little step further here and try some more. Okay, let's go to kilograms to grams. Actually, I might go back. Let me see. I'm looking for something specific. Okay, let's do this one right here, centigrams to grams. I skipped it initially, but I'm going to go back to it. Okay, so let's get rid of all this stuff here. Okay, so I have 12 centigrams, and I want to convert that to grams. So what do? Dot line. That's multiply by a ratio or multiply by a conversion factor. Okay. Whoopsie, that was centigrams. I'll tuck that in there. Okay, so we're trying to get grams. We're trying to get rid of centigrams. So again, match them up. Centigrams here, centigrams down here. That will cancel. That's not an E, that's a C. And then grams on top. Which is bigger, a gram or a centigram? Well, grams are bigger than centigrams. Okay, so put a 1 next to the bigger of the 2. prefixes. And how many little centis fit into a gram? How many little centigrams fit into a gram? Again, that's a factor of 10 100. So now we have, oh, it's something different now. We have the 100 on the bottom. So you're literally multiplying by 1/100th, okay? Or what I think is that since this is on the bottom now, just divide by 100, okay? So you're literally multiplying by 1, that's the same answer, and then dividing by 100. Well, skip this step. 12 divided by 100, when you have the 100 on the bottom, or 1,000 on the bottom, or 10 on the bottom, you just divide by it. And you should end up with 0.120 grams. Done. Okay? Let's try more. Just a couple more, and we will finish up with this, okay? Let's go kilograms to grams. And if you think you can work a little faster than me, then do it, okay? But we'll do 2 more, okay? Kilograms to grams, all right? I might do a few more. I might change my mind on that. Okay, so again, if you want to pause it, go ahead. I'm going to just ignore this for now. 0.993 kilograms to grams, okay? As we do this, if you want to pause the video, it's okay. Kilograms here, so they match up diagonally. That's an algebra, that's a math thing. Kilograms are bigger than a gram, so we'll put the 1 next to the kilograms. And how many little grams fit into one humongous kilogram? 10, 100, 1,000. And you end up multiplying because the 1,000 or the 10 or the 100, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, that's 1,000 over 1, so you multiply. You end up with 993 grams. Okay? I'm going to give you a special situation, a special case. And that's this one right here. Let's do this one. So if I have 1.6 megagrams, that's this right here. What if I have 1.6 megagrams? How many kilograms is that? Okay? Let's set the problem up just like we do. So that's megagrams, not magnesium, to kilograms. Okay, now here's the thing. If you were to pause the video now, you could figure this out, okay? How many kilos are in a mega? Now, so this is a difficult question. First of all, mega is bigger, put a 1 next to there. So how many kilograms in a megagram? If you do the math correctly, or at least you analyze, you'll notice that this is 1,000 times bigger than this. So you take, so this weird jump right here, and this weird jump right here is a factor of 1,000. Notice it's 1/1,000th, 1/1,000,000th. There's a factor of 1,000 when I come across this threshold here. There's a factor of 1,000 when I come across this threshold here. Everything else is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, but these are 1,000. So just be careful. So whenever I go across this, I have to start off with 1,000, and here you have to start off with a factor of 1,000. So it's 1,000 kilograms fit into 1 megagram, and of course I'm going to multiply. Let me cancel out first, and that's 1,600 kilograms. Done. Okay. So I know I went a little fast there. I will cover that in class. Let's see if there's anything else I'd like to cover. I think I'm done. We will cover kind of some weird conversions a little bit later. If you have any questions, contact me, and I will see you in class.